Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome to episode 22 of NMS's Life, where No Man's Sky is more than a game, it's a way of life. I'm Cloud Runner, and with me as always is my friend and fellow host, DG Squared. Hello to you, DG.
Good morning. How are you, Cloud Runner?
I am excellent, my dude, and I just want to thank you and our special guest for being very patient this morning with the delay on my end for the show, and for everybody that's tuning in now live. Thank you very much for waiting as well. But let's just dive straight into introducing our guest. He is well known in the No Man's Sky community, in the NMS Cafe, the NMS Amino Hub, and just on NMS in general. Snow Obsidian, aka Geeky Pikachu. So thank you very much for being patient as well this morning, and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's really an honor. Yes, good morning, or whatever time it is for you guys.
Well, the honor is ours. It's great to have a fellow streamer as well. I believe you're a YouTube streamer. Come on the show and tell us a little about you and your channel and the PvP event that the Olympics recently had. There's so much to talk about this morning. Cloud Runner, I know that you've been a little bit interested in some of the PvP. Sort of a one eye open, one eye closed. Wondering what's this all going to be about. I was a little like that myself. I don't know. I'm not really all that kind of an aggressive person. I'm sort of a pacifist in game. I don't even shoot the animals usually, right? I mean, yeah, So okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's have some fun and see what it's all about. And Geeky Pikachu, known in the Amino, and Snow Obsidian is his main name. So that we'll just refer to you as Snow Obsidian this morning. He designed this amazing PvP combat base where two players can go at it, and it's really, really kind of cool. Do you want to tell us about that? Like, how did you come up with the idea, and what were some of the ideas leading up to developing a project like that?
Okay, so first things first, I can't take all the credit here. Props to Semtex UK on YouTube and on Discord. He is part of the Cobra TV community, which I am a part of as well. Mm-hmm. He was the one who created the original base for the, quote, Galactic Thunderdome, which is Cobra TV's... Pardon?
We've heard of it, yes.
So so you're aware of it. So yeah, Semtex UK, he is the original builder of the Galactic Thunderdome. So I took a couple of ideas from him and basically implemented a little bit of my own.
Very cool.
Yep. It looks phenomenal. I've got some screenshots up here right now, kind of going across the screen. DG, I hope you don't kill me, because they're mainly of you having a battle with Normie. So I don't know what the outcome was. I don't know who the victor was, but I do see a death screen on your end. So I'm assuming he tagged you at least once.
Oh, he tagged me 3 times. He was the victor of that match. It was
a close match too.
It was. We took it down to 5 rounds. So he won 3-2 in the points scheme. But it was a lot of fun. And I didn't know what to expect. Right, I don't even die very often in No Man's Sky. It's very rare that I do. So doing something like this was very, very different. Right, it wasn't so bad. Right, you don't lose everything. You pick up your stuff. You get the little generation count that continues throughout your normal life streak and so on and so forth. But it really doesn't affect you in any way, unless your victors are complete moron and dick and kills you 3 times in a row. But everybody's respectful and sportsmanlike, and it was a lot of fun, right? Once there was a point awarded for a death, the person was allowed to gather his things again, and we'd wait in the corner until we were both ready and then go at it. It was done in a very sportsmanlike way. It was really, really cool. How many times have you done this, Snow Obsidian?
How many matches have I played, or how many arenas have I?
Well, both actually, because those are both good questions.
Okay, so how do I say this? In the beginning of my PvP career, I have died. Let me recall things. 2 to 3 times. One was against a player named Ronk,
Mhm.
Another was against, I think it was Smurd, was his Discord name. And if any of you know him, General Lokar. Have anyone heard of him?
I have, yes.
Okay, so I think that those 3 players were the first 3 to defeat me. Now, after my 3 defeats, or 3 times I was defeated, I came back packing, because I upgraded, I practiced, and it was crazy. I mean, the Cobra Man himself, Cobra TV, he was the first one to challenge me, I think, after my upgrade, I guess you could say. I wiped the floor under him. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I think, yeah, it was 3-0.
Oh wow! And this
3-0.
was in the Thunderdome then, right?
Yes, the Thunderdome, the original Thunderdome.
Nice.
The Thunderdome. I can't talk today. Ugh. But yeah, I battled Cobra TV. Then I battled Smurd for the second time, and let me tell you, if you watch Cobra TV's live streams of the Galactic Thunderdome, you should see my gameplay, because I'm pretty good at shooting from the air, and I'm shooting people out of the air.
Nice.
Which is not an easy skill. After Smurd was Grammy Plays, some of you may know her. Was much of a contender. And then the undefeated man himself, Semtex UK, the creator of the original Galactic Thunderdome. I beat him multiple times. I beat him with, well, in the original Thunderdome, and after he created a new Galactic Thunderdome, I think he called it 1.5 Galactic Thunderdome, I'm not sure. But, yeah, he basically built an arena where not only are you fighting your opponents, you're fighting the arena itself. Because not only is it based in the sky, where there's lots of holes in the ground where you can easily fall, and the clouds make it practically impossible to find your opponent if you have your HUD off.
That's an awesome idea.
What else? It is, and
awesome
well,
idea.
I didn't
I like
actually like. I had liked the idea, but execution with it was very difficult because you can't find your opponent, and it can drag battles out very long, which wasn't great in our favor and Cobra TV's side because of the length of the stream. But yeah, let me think. I don't want to give out my secret just yet of how I managed to beat everyone. Well, actually, yeah, let me go ahead and do that, because here's the thing.
That is something I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you what kind of setup you use. Like, I know a lot of guys favor things like the Blaze Javelin or the Bolt Caster. I am very curious to know what your, not only what your offensive setup was like, but what your defense looked like as well.
Well, during the Galactic Thunderdome days, I only had the standard 6 shield modules, and I didn't roll them to get the max amount.
Oh, okay.
That was only done recently. I used 6 shield, 6 life support, and 6 jetpack or movement modules, all S class, for my defensive and maneuverability systems. For my multi-tool, though, I've codenamed it Ultima Weapon, which, hang on a second, I actually have the specifications for, I gave my specifications to someone else. Let me read that off. Give me a second, folks. Where did I put it? Here we go. Ultima Weapon, specifications. A-class multi-tool with a damage potential of plus 69%. Mining's irrelevant. Blaze Javelin plus 3 S-class upgrades plus a mass accelerator. I will point out that the mass accelerator is not an upgrade module, but an upgrade tech. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I use the Scatter Blaster with 3 S-class upgrades, Pulse Splitter, 3 S-class upgrades plus amplified cartridges, Combat Scope, and Mining Beam is irrelevant.
Oh wow.
So yeah, but the key thing here is that's an A-class legacy multi-tool, and as some of you may or may not be aware, legacy multi-tools are much more powerful than your post-next multi-tools.
Even the S class.
I have an A-class.
Yeah.
Now,
I've
what's
noticed
funny
that
is
when in my search recently is there is no more of those amazing stats that you can get from those legacy tools.
correct.
Yeah, if you've got it, great. But like the newer players, they just don't have access to it anymore. Which is, I'm not sure if HG is planning on fixing that. Cross your fingers, they don't. But yeah. I know.
But here's the thing.
In one of my accounts, I have a legacy tool as well, but a new account, I wasn't able to get it. And so everywhere you look, that the highest stats are nowhere near what the legacy tools can offer. Even a B or an A class are pretty significantly higher.
And the thing is, in the Galactic Thunderdome, I challenged Semtex again in his Sky Arena, and he had a legacy S-class multi-tool, and guess what?
You still beat him.
I beat him, but it was close.
Yeah.
He was the only one who got close to beating me, and that was with an S-class legacy, and I had an A-class legacy, mind you. And I still beat him.
Oh, that's good, man. And
Now,
I wouldn't even say to put it all on the multi-tool. I know there's also has to be a level of skill too, right? I'm sure there's someone out there that could probably beat someone with a C class versus an A class even. Like, so there's a level of skill plus the equipment that you use as well, right? I mean, the tool is only as good as the guy wielding it. So I'm sure you've got some PvP skills as well on top of your builds for your multi-tool as well. And you won this weekend's event, correct?
No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought you were this.
I didn't participate because I had life things that held me back from getting on.
Life things. I hate those.
Yeah, it's yeah, I totally get it. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, with Christmas coming up soon.
Again.
Yeah, but I will be participating next weekend.
Who won?
Yes.
Do we know who got the gold this Saturday?
No, because that was only the knockout round.
Oh,
the final round, or the final tournament, is on. What was that? The 8th at 4 p.m.
Oh, that's excellent.
Yeah,
this is a multi-tiered event then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I do plan to have a series of PvP tryouts, I guess you could say.
Right.
Or PvP tryouts, so that anyone can join without having to be at a specific day on a specific time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm thinking every day on 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's great.
Decent. 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be wild. This just
that
reminds
sounds
me
like
of like a large game of like laser tag. Like I look at the multi-leveled design of like the arenas and things like that. It just reminds me of like when I used to do that stuff, running around in a smoke-filled room with dry ice, shooting lasers at people and having a blast.
Really cool.
I
Well, it's kind of like that.
Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, eh? It has that kind of vibe to it. But I want to ask you, because with No Man's Sky, like before No Man's Sky Next, actually before Atlas Rises, before even the multiplayer, the orbs, multiplayer was such a buzzword in a very 50-50 topic at the time. I think half the community was ready for multiplayer, the other half was against it. A lot of that reason being PvP. And again, I think there were a lot of people who were terrified of PvP being in No Man's Sky, and then there were people relishing in the idea of PvP. Where did you stand before that was implemented? Were you kind of nervous on PvP and then you kind of picked up on it later on, or were you always open to the idea of fighting other players?
I was, I guess you could say, always open to the idea, but I will also say I was actually kind of neutral in that aspect.
Right. Okay.
I didn't really think about it that much.
Mm.
I mean, sure, PvP would be nice, and have a little bit of head-to-head combat, but other than that, I always thought that No Man's Sky was supposed to be an exploration game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was kind of neutral at the same time. We didn't know too at the time if there would be PvP. A lot of people thought maybe it will just be co-op without a PvP aspect. But I'm at the point, and I was back then, where I just thought, Hello Games can't break the game at this time. So whatever they bring into the game, I'm sure they're not going to wreck it. It's not going to ruin anyone's experience. And I think they've proven that with the implementation of co-op and PvP and everything else. Everyone's still able to do their solo play, their adventures, play the way they like to play. And we just have another fun element now with PvP.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great that there's people out there building actual arenas. I mean, I remember when I first heard of Cobra TV and his the Thunderdome out there. First of all, Thunderdome I thought was awesome. I'm a huge Mad Max fan, and I thought, what a wicked idea, like to have an arena called the Thunderdome, right? Then, you know, like people like yourself and your pals that are building these arenas, I think that's just a great idea. And to have that in the NMS Olympics, a new event, I think is very refreshing, and I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with that. And it looked like it was a lot of fun over the weekend.
Yeah. I enjoyed just watching it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, actually. It was, you know, I had Normie there with me, and Rabbit Gripper joined us a little bit later on as well. It was a lot of fun. It was just hanging out with friends. It wasn't like Call of Duty, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was organized in a very sportsman-like duo. You know what I mean? You know, two guys, you know, they pick a weapon, they walk about 10 yards back and then shoot. It was almost like that, you know, where, you know, we're, okay, I'm coming now. And, you know, we're almost play by play, you know, with each other. It was really kind of cool and neat and different. And that's the thing I like about it. It was something different that can be done in No Man's Sky. You can choose to do it or not do it. Yeah. It doesn't hurt either way. It's not going to really wreck your character or wreck any stats or I didn't have any damaged equipment to repair.
What was your setup?
All you do is pick up your stuff afterwards. Yeah, you pick up your stuff in your grave afterwards and you move on.
What
it was really what's the word I'm looking for?
Non-trolly?
Yeah, non-trolly. Like, there's not a lot of ways you can troll somebody, and in a sanctioned event when there's people and witnesses, no one's going to troll you.
Yeah.
It was actually kind of a lot of fun. I can see this event being held, you know, on a weekly basis or a monthly basis, or, you know, just two people who want to challenge each other, and instead of being, you know, a couple of dicks, just challenge it out right there in a match. It's sanctioned, it's fair, and you can make whatever stakes you like. You know, you can make bets, and others can make bets on you if they really want. I'm sure there could be a whole gambling system, you know, designed just for this.
It's quite the anomaly, eh? Gentlemen fighting. The gentleman.
It is.
The gentleman
fight. Really kind of cool.
Yeah. I pictured two guys with their shirts off with handlebar mustaches. You know, like, duke up, sir. Are we ready? Like, you know.
Oh yeah, complete with apologies after each death. You know,
by each other.
I killed you. I really am. Yeah. Here's a Band-Aid.
Good fight, sir. Good fight, sir. Well done.
Yeah.
What did you use?
A little fun to my friend.
What did you use when you?
I'm sorry. Oh, I used. Well, I picked up an S-Class multi-tool that Slade from the FDI had found. So it was really kind of cool. It fit my eye really nice. I loaded it up with the pulse splitter and the scatter blaster. It was not bad. You know, I didn't know what to expect. I sort of figured, well, if I covered a little short range and a little long range, that might be okay. Normie was rocking that scatter blaster pretty good. So he was, you know, he'd like jetpack in or try and, you know, outmaneuver me and then come in and take a few shots and run away. So I had to sort of figure out, you know, a good way of either keeping him at a distance or try to match him with a scatter blaster. My method didn't work as well. Obviously, I lost the match. But, you know, there's a lot of different ways that you can, you know, go against your opponent. And Snow Obsidian was telling us, you know, a couple of different ways that he was going at it with some of the other greats in the PvP world. skill, tactics. They all play a really big role in going against another opponent out there. You never know what you're going up against unless you face them before. So it was really kind of unexpected and fun and just totally random. You don't know what to expect. What's coming around the corner, right? He could just show up behind you and blast you down in a second.
Your face
or
off.
A lot of quick
reflexes.
reflexes.
It can happen that fast. Once those shields go down, well, holy smokes! Those life little bars, they just tick off like they were snuffing out a candle.
I was gonna say, once the shields go down, I'm sure everyone's just squeezing their butt cheeks at that point.
Yeah. Hoping your jetpack doesn't run out while you try and fly away.
I'm sure I would get disqualified because I'd probably call my ship in and just start shooting at them.
Well, there are rules of disqualification. Going in the water or escape from the on the rooftop. Those are out, right? They result in a point to your opponent. So it's designed so that you can fight your opponent. There's ways you can shield yourself, and there's places where you can sort of hide for a minute, but not too long, right? So it was well thought out, well planned.
What about shield regeneration? Like, were you guys allowed to? Like, obviously your shield can regenerate on its own, but can you guys put like sodium nitrate or shield plating, like, to recharge your shield?
There is no. Yeah, you can't actually do that because there is no way you can.
Okay.
I mean, that only works with your Starship shield.
Yeah.
Oh, true enough. I'm thinking of, you know what I'm thinking of? Hazard protection.
You're thinking the hazard and the life.
That's true.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Life
work,
support.
actually. Yeah, I went in to try it. They didn't work in the multiplayer. I'm not sure if that's a glitch or what. But, yeah. They did actually have first aid stations in each of the players' landings.
Sounds like St. John's. They got first aid on site in case anyone gets hurt, in case there's any injuries.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it was really well laid out.
Yeah,
if you get a chance to play on your PS4, Dylan, you should come check it out. It's in the TOG system, and if not, you can ask me for directions and I'll get you there. But
that sounds great.
It's really well thought out and everything else. There's some really good design. How he's got the landing pads and then a little encased fenced area for you to sit and wait, until your opponent is ready, and then you both exit at the same time and take to the arena. If you can imagine a Coliseum without rows of chairs and seating, that's kind of what it was like. It was really kind of neat.
So it's one versus one, obviously, right? Is there a third or fourth player in there as an official, or how do you guys, like, who tracks?
Yeah, here's the thing. I actually have a glass bottom viewing zone, I guess you could say.
Okay.
For two people to basically spectate. I probably should make like a off to the side viewing station, because I heard from Rabbit Gripper that you can't see bleep from the bottom of those glass panels. It's very difficult to see. I probably should place that a little bit better.
Well, there's glass cuboid rooms that actually aren't a bad option if you can fit them in there.
Point.
It takes a little doing, but yeah, if you can get glass cuboid rooms, that might be another way, or off to the side as well.
Idea.
I mean,
there isn't any glass floors, is there?
Not that I know of, other than what is currently available, which is what you used, and it wasn't bad, but they do offer like a shaded sort of look when you look through them. Cuboid rooms don't offer as much of that shaded sort of look. So that might be an option.
Idea.
Yeah, that might be an option for you.
I picture like two Geks or something, like with black and white stripes as referees floating around, keeping an eye on everybody while they fight. Two officials like linesmen or something. But no, that sounds epic. I'm so glad that this has made it into the Olympics as an event. We weren't able to do that last year, so having it in there this year, I think, for me at least, it's one of the most exciting events to talk about, and I'm super happy to have you on here to talk about that. Now, do you think there will be ship combat in the future? Can you guys see that as an event in the Olympics?
Actually, Yes, because I happen to have a friend of mine. Lily Hop, I think is her name, from the cafe.
I think we know her.
She actually DM'd me about some ideas for ground and aerial combat.
Oh,
I gave her some ideas, and yeah, she should be building some things.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I would think something like that will make it in as we learn more and how to group up and have organized events. I think we're going to start seeing more of these kinds of things in the future.
Yeah.
And as we learn more about the building components and how to mix and match them, I think we're going to come up with some even more interesting tracks and building designs to suit our needs for different Olympic games, or even just regular weekend warrior games.
Yeah.
Just as events.
Well, imagine this. Because we have so many save slots now. Imagine a combat arena where it's 2 versus 2, let's say, and you have to do it in permadeath. So you're all starting, and then you have to meet up some. Actually, that wouldn't really work because it'd be so hard to meet up. But I'm just thinking like a permadeath thing, because if someone were to get knocked out, they're just gone. You know what I mean? You're dead and you're out of the game, and your buddy's left on his own versus the other 2 opponents type of deal. I don't know.
There is. You can, because when you join a game, you have an option to join without a save.
That's right. You can just join the server.
You just join the server as a regular save with no weapons or anything like that. It could be something like that. I'm not sure that all the details in between it.
No, but you're right. Yeah, I forgot.
I've done that. Yeah. I did that in normal mode. As I joined a game, and you basically get the starter multi-tool and the starter stuff, and you can buy anything you want, right? It's provided you have enough money to buy it. But the option is there. You can just join in.
I just picture like a PUBG type of thing where because you're all 4 players would be starting fresh, right? So it would just be the first person to fix their weapon, the first person to get their ship launched, the first, it'd just be a scramble to get resources to go combat the other team, and that'd be crazy, right? And then like I say, once you're dead, you're gone.
You're out.
You'd be kicked out, right? So no need to officiate or referee, because it's just like a last man standing type of thing, right? Like a battle royale,
like a free for all. Battle Royale, yeah.
Or even a 2 versus 2, or to the death, exactly. Literally. I mean, I love it. I remember I was on the fence, like just like you said, Snow. I was kind of neutral with the idea. I was very welcoming to the idea of PvP. I understood the fear that people had at the same time. But I mean, now that it's here, it's like DG was saying earlier. It's just another element of something that people can bring into the game and make something their own. And you guys have done that, by making these arenas. It really hammers home.
Yeah, there's nothing to be afraid of.
It hammers home that NMS is life. You know what I mean? You can take an outside element, bring it into the game, do your own thing. It's not something you have to do in the game, but it's something that people are doing. And it's creating a buzz and excitement, and hats off to you guys for coming up with that.
Oh, thank you.
It's all Snow Obsidian. I just took part in the event. I was curious, like everyone else, and I was just happy to be able to get in and get a chance to try it out in the Olympic Forum, which, in my opinion, I think is the best way to try it out. Is a sanctioned kind of events that are planned and promoted, and there's you get a lot of players that might be interested in something like that. So it was a great first event. At the NMS Olympics, first time event, and I look forward to more of them in the future, and more different styles, depending on how it can be organized in the future. I think there could be some really good things come out of this, including the space combat. That might be a secondary sort of PvP style, or even an Iron Man competition of sort of a combination of both. I don't know, but I can tell you it was nothing to be afraid of. It was more fun than it was, biting your teeth and, cringing. Wasn't like that at all. It was fun. We were joking around and laughing, and I had a smile on my face the whole time.
Oh, that's great.
Not once did I get all pissy because I died, because I didn't feel that way at all. It was like, oops, okay, well, that's that's that. Go get my stuff and let's try again.
The spirit of sport.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
right. It was nothing. It was total fun. There's nothing to be afraid of. If anyone's out there that is interested, give it a try with some friends, because that's the best way to try it out, like let them know you're going to see what it does to each other. Yeah. Like we were saying, like, hey, let's try running each other over in the exocraft and see what happens.
Hold my beer.
These are in-game things, like stupid things that you never do in real life, but hey, let's try it in the game because
I'm pretty sure if we had exocrafts in real life, DG, you and I would probably try and jump over each other on a ramp or something. I think we would do crazy shit.
Oh, gee, it was some of the things we used to do with dirt bikes when we were kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing shy of that. No. Yikes.
Yeah. We want one more person lay down here. It's not long enough. I can make it. So, Snow, where can we find you on YouTube? What's your YouTube channel? When do you stream?
I am off and on when it comes to streaming. I just stream whenever I feel like it. If you guys are interested in subscribing to my YouTube channel, it is the Geeky Pikachu on YouTube.
The Geeky Pikachu on YouTube. We'll put that link in the description below for everybody as well that wants to follow that. And I highly recommend that you do, everybody. And before we go, can you once again just kind of give us a rundown of, you said there's another PvP event coming up. When's that going down again, and how can people tune in?
The next PvP Arena event, it should be on the 8th of December. I think it's on 4 or 5 o'clock. I think it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah, next Saturday, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Excellent.
Or
I'll be
9 p.m. UTC.
I'll be hosting the event as well. I try to host whenever I can. I hosted the actually this weekend. I was able to host the Sentinel Slaughter. I caught some of that. That was a lot of. Did you guys have any participation in that?
I missed that.
Oh, you missed it?
I had real life.
I managed to get in there, but I had more life issues.
Did you participate, Snow, or were you just watching as well?
I participated. Yeah. I participated, but I just couldn't participate fully. You know what I mean, with life and all that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I had to quit, I had to go AFC away from controller for about 5 minutes to take out the trash. You know what I mean?
I hate that when that happens.
So I held down my ship, fingers crossed I was gonna stay alive.
Real life really cuts into my NMS's life. But I want to thank you once again, and you too, Deej, for being patient this morning, and Nerd League, you guys too, for being very patient this morning. While I dealt with some real life stuff, I had a furnace inspection that I completely forgot about this morning. But here we are, better late than never, and I want to thank you again for coming on the show, Snow, and for sharing your build with us, your construction and or collaboration of construction of the PvP arena, and to discuss your builds for your PvP setup. I think this is awesome, and this was something that I was talking about a long time ago. I said we're gonna start to see builds now where people are gonna have, a multi-tool build that's like meta, that people are gonna want to use if you're gonna want a PvP. You think, or?
I will say, I do plan on expanding this arena. That not only can you fight on the ground, but maybe in like the final round, you're only limited to above the water.
Oh, interesting.
And the water will be closer to the ground. The arena will be closer to the water, because I noticed something that in the original build I have here, that rock that you can stand on is pretty high up from the water, so you can easily just jetpack up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking on putting an over the water arena and have the arena closer to the water, so that if you fall, you have like a split second to react, or maybe even a second and a half to react to jetpack up and save yourself from the water.
I get you. Little platforms like what I did on the Nautilon roll, where you
Yeah,
got
kind
a
of like
platform
that.
right above the water there, and you can use them for terrain to quickly do what you got to do and get back in the water. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Can you shoot underwater? I have not tried that. Can you shoot people underwater?
I think you can. I mean, should be the same.
I would think so.
General principle as on the ground,
I've shot.
Yeah.
but you're also
I've
a lot
never thought
more,
of it.
more limited in your movement capabilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you got a lock on someone, you're pretty much going to finish them. Yeah. Although they made good improvements to the jetpack underwater, I have to admit. The maneuverability is much better than it used to be in the early days of water travel.
Yeah.
I'm loving this new update. It's fantastic. I wish they had done it a while back, but you can only fit so much in each update. So kudos to HG and the whole Nautilon and the water. That's just fantastic. Yeah. It opens a whole new world.
And there's more coming.
To No Man's Sky. There is. It's phenomenal. I can't believe it. It's like every week there's almost a new update. Seems like. I can't keep up.
They're just on a roll now. Like
I think, my friend.
I think they're just having fun. I think HG they've gotten over the they got over the trauma, the outrage a long time ago, I think. But I think especially right now, they're just having fun. You know what I mean? They're listening to the fans, they're listening to the positive feedback, and I think they're making the game for us now. I think in the beginning they were even Sean Murray himself said they listened to a lot of the negative comments because that is how you get constructive criticism and you move on from that. But I think now it's for us. I think they're just adding fun things like the Nautilon and stuff like that for the players that are just enjoying the game and making it that much better.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the negativity is a lot of it has vanished within the game. They're now getting accolades within their own gaming community. I believe there was a poll where you could vote for HD for one of the best continuing games. I think it was up for. So I hope you all voted for that. I know I did. So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of negativity left in the game. It's nothing but positivity. The core community is there driving the game, and there are new players joining and having fun with those older players as well. It's a growing game, and the updates are continuing to keep the growth alive. It's not a stale game that is the same that it was 2 years ago. It's completely different, and it seems every update completely makes the game not completely different, but it adds so much content to the game where it feels like you're playing a new game
exactly
with the same.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 2 years later and we're still seeing new things. Like we're things are being added to give you that refreshing feeling that you're still discovering new things. I mean, even with Visions that they've just given us, I still haven't seen all that Visions has to offer, and I've been playing the crap out of No Man's Sky. And there's still a lot of things from that trailer, just the Visions trailer, that I haven't personally seen yet. So I mean, it's just great. They keep adding. I always use that analogy of poutine because A, I'm Canadian, and B, I love poutine. And it's like the game.
Who doesn't love poutine?
The game was fries, and I love fries, But then they piled on gravy, and then they piled on cheese, and now they're just piling on a whole bunch of other crap and making the game just incredible. And it's been a hell of a journey for the legacy players, for the OG NMS fans, and I think it's a hell of an experience for anyone who's new to the game to take it all in all at once. And if you guys get the chance to watch the PvP events, the No Man's Sky Olympics, doesn't matter if you're on PC, Xbox, PS4. However, most of the events are held on PS4, but I still urge you to go and watch the events if you can on the NMS Olympics Twitch channel. Catch Geeky Pikachu's YouTube channel for his PvP shenanigans as well, because that sounds epic. And I mean, just get involved in the community, join the Aminos, join the Discord, and
that's right, because the more people that are on different platforms that are interested in the games, it allows more people to develop more of these really cool events for more platforms as well.
It'll develop.
It's all about growth, right? And the more we grow, the more the Olympics can provide for for the the rest of the community as well. So hats off to Space Art Gek, who's been streaming these things religiously every day. Tremendous work.
Yeah,
and
the godfather of the Olympics. Like, I remember you and I had the pleasure of interviewing him last year with his vision of this, with his idea of the Olympics, and here we are a year later doing it again, and I'm sure next year we'll be doing it again. You know, I love that the Olympics has had such a great like a positive feedback, a great turnout. You know, people are loving it, people are enjoying it, and I can't wait to do it all again next year. That being said, I do believe this upcoming weekend is the final weekend. Am I right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So PvP event, PvP knockout round on the 8th, and then Sunday, I know we'll have the closing events. Are there going to be any events on Sunday?
I believe they've got the mud race there, but they may throw something else in there.
The long jump. The long jump.
That's right,
nice.
The long jump. Yes, that's right.
Also, it's going to have
we haven't had the long jump yet. That's Space Art Gek has designed that one. A lot of fun with a Nomad. So that'll be up there with the probably just before the closing ceremonies or part of the closing ceremonies. We'll have to get with Space Art Gek on that one.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get him on the show again next week. We'll discuss the closure of another successful NMSO. And once again, I want to thank you, Snow Obsidian, for joining us and discussing NMS. I mean, DG and I, we just love talking to people that love No Man's Sky, and we can tell that you just love this game, and it's always exciting to talk to like-minded folk about this awesome game that we all enjoy.
Out of curiosity, though, how do I say this? Would either of you like to see a little taste of my power?
Like, what, are you going to shoot me in the face with a blaze javelin or something? Because I will not. I will watch you do that to
I'm
DG.
dead serious.
Sure. I'll watch you. I'll watch you shoot DG. Why not?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually thinking of you, Cloud. I was thinking of you, Cloud Runner. You're the one who hosts this thing. Why don't you take a gander?
Sure, you got to come.
And you know what?
You got to come.
I'll make you a deal.
First.
I'll make you a deal.
Mm.
I will not use the blaze javelin, because I know that thing is like either broken or stupidly powerful.
Oh, the blaze javelin though, I don't mind it because it's kind of like it's a one punch powerhouse, but if you miss it, it takes forever to recharge. So it's
wasted.
Yeah, it's not something you can spam, right? So, I mean, if you're quick and stuff like that and agile, if you can dodge someone's blaze javelin, you can kind of try and sneak up on them maybe with a sneaky kill or something. But I'm hard to find on PS4 these days. I play mainly on PC. But, I mean, I will dive on. I am the worst. I am the absolute worst when it comes to invites for PS4. And I want to apologize if Ranger is listening, because I keep promising to go visit the Dark Tower. And I am such a Stephen King and Dark Tower fan that I need to go visit this place. I just don't play on it that often. That's the problem. You know? But I think especially for the Olympics, maybe next year, if I can try and get... The problem is it's my PS4 save. I feel like it's so far behind, and I want to catch up. I'd have to redo the Artemis story and all that stuff, and it's just, to me, it feels overwhelming to get caught up. But one of these days, I'm gonna knock the dust off of that save and try and join more of you guys that are on the PS4 side of the galaxy.
Of the simulation.
Yeah, and I mean, it would be so cool. Like, I really wish it was cross-platform, because imagine something like the No Man's Sky Olympics, you know, and having Xbox and PC and PlayStation, everybody all together. Like, cross-platform is really got to happen, you know, like... I
think that'll be happening soon.
Yeah, like...
I think it'll be happening soon.
I know there's the console war, and I don't mean amongst gamers, I mean amongst the developers. You know, there's a console war, and that's why they have exclusive games and things like that. But I mean, No Man's Sky, it's the same on whatever platform. There's no differences or anything like that. So it's like, break the walls down, guys. Let's do this. Let's all play together, especially a game like No Man's Sky.
It's meant for it. It really is. And we're seeing actually signs of that in the Amino Hub, where Xbox players have come to the Amino Hub, which has been primarily PS4 with a smattering of PC players. That is also growing as well, right? But the Xbox is now it's moving into those territories where PS4 and PC have sort of dominated, and now we're trying to rename and repopulate using the Xbox. It's quite a daunting task, but there's been a few players that have been up to the task and are doing a good job of it at the Amino Hub. It should be multi-platform. It would make things so much easier and better and just more awesome. Awesome. And Snow Obsidian, just before we leave, if you want to go, I will oblige you, but I will warn you, I suck. Normie was a perfect start for me, as he was also a first-time PvP player out there, so he took it easy on me a little bit, but I got a feeling you're going to mop the floor with me. I don't know when I can play and join your match, but maybe we'll try and do it either for the weekend as maybe a round robin knockout or something, and go from there. I'll shoot against anyone. I've got nothing to hide. I already know I suck, but it's all for fun. And it helps raise awareness of the games and the specific games that are out there as well for people to enjoy and to dabble with, because awareness brings more community events and fun like the Olympics. And without Space Architect trying to bring the Olympics to No Man's Sky community, we may be quite a bit lost in some of the events, and it may not be as strong as it could be. And right now, it feels very strong. The great community we have, and some of these. I mean, who would have ever thought you could have an Olympics for a video game? Yeah, really. But we are, and it's a ton of fun
with so many events too.
Don't feel like you're you gotta show up and do terrible. Come on out anyways. Right? Like anyone that's watching that has that time, to come on out. Just join up or get a hold of Space Architect or myself or any one of the other workers that are there on Amino. They'll send you a friend request, or you don't even need a friend request. You can just get an invite, one of them. You show up, you can take part in some of the games and have some fun, a race or the PvP, any of the stuff that is there on the dates that are there. Unfortunately, we only have the one weekend left, but for next year, it's all there. Come on out, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the community, because it's all meant for fun. And I tell you, we're all having a blast. If you've ever listened to any of those streams, nobody's mad, joking around and laughing and having a great time.
I think that's the NMS and community in
Sky.
Yeah, and thank you, Snow, for giving me a good time on the weekend with your design at the PvP combat.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm very glad that I'm a part of this community, and I'm also very glad that it's a very non-toxic community as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the only toxicity you would find is the haters who are not part of the community, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've up and left. Yeah. We don't even see them in streams. Dylan's made a wheel for them, and they haven't even come in and done it.
I know, I don't get to use the thing anymore. I use it on you guys more than anything else.
I know, the wheel is getting dust, man.
The genetic code, he gets all bloodthirsty and just wants me to use it on random people. He wants me to use it on himself. He's sadistic half the time. Captain Frantic, wheel me, daddy. But yeah, unfortunately, we just don't get the trolls in it. What streamer misses trolls, eh? Only
not very many of them. Usually, there's high alert, attack, get rid of them. Here we sort of embrace them and try and hug them to death, and they either leave on their own or we turn them. It's one or the other. It's a win-win in our case. It's hilarious. Yeah, love the wheel. Wish we had it in the early days, because that would have made things even more fun.
Would have been perfect. Yeah. Well, Snow, thanks again, man, for coming on the show. And guys, follow his YouTube. I'll have the description in the link below on the NMS's Life YouTube channel. This has been a great conversation. Again, I just want to thank you guys for your patience this morning. Thanks, Nerd League. And yeah, we'll make sure you catch us next week. We'll be closing off the NMSO, and then we'll be back to our regular scheduled program, just talking about updates and things like that as well. So until then, stay safe out there and enjoy the Olympics.
Yeah. Till next time, everyone.
Till next time. And
Thanks,
I won't
Snow,
be here
for
next
being
time.
on the show.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show this time. So we appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, dude.
Thank you.